Hello, my name is Nancy and I'm a receptionist here at Grady Veterinary Hospital. And today I would like to share some information on behavioral issues that can occur with cats. And I thought that we would start out with one that is really quite common. We frequently get calls telling us that my cat is urinating or defecating outside the litter box. And litter box issues can be complex. They are at the very least frustrating, probably both for you and your pet, and of course they're messy. So we want to help with those. We want to be proactive and get things taken care of just as quickly as we can. The first thing that we're going to want to do first and foremost is rule out any sort of medical issue, a physical issue or an illness. So in all likelihood, we're going to ask you to bring your pet in so that one of our veterinarians can give the pet a very thorough exam and perhaps do some diagnostic work. Things like urinary tract infections, cystitis, bladder stones, urinary blockages, and irritable bowel syndrome can all cause cats to go outside the box. And we want to make sure that if they have one of those issues, we're treating that. If we don't have a medical issue with the pet, then we're going to start to look at some other things in the environment. If you have a multi-cat household, you may have cats that are in conflict with each other. If you have an unneutered male, you may be looking at some territorial marking. If your environment in the house, if you've moved, if you have a new person that's come in, if you've recently introduced any sort of a new pet, this could provoke some issues with the litter box. And last but not least, you want to make sure that the litter box area and all of that environment is also appealing to a cat. So I thought I'd start out with that. You want to make sure that whatever the number of cats you have in your household, you have that number of litter boxes plus one. So if you have 3 cats in your household, you want to have 4 litter boxes. And you want to intersperse them throughout your house. They should be in fairly private areas, but places where your cat can have good visibility because they don't like to feel like they're in a place where they could be attacked. So somewhere that's comfortable for them, preferably not anywhere close to their food area, because just as humans probably are not likely to eat their meals in the bathroom, cats don't appreciate that either. You want the litter box to stay clean, so I would recommend scooping it at least 1 time a day. Some preferences that we've noticed with cats are that they prefer not to have cat liners, in the plastic liners that go in the box. They prefer not to have lids. But if you're using both of those things successfully, I would just continue. But if you're having problems, I would look at possibly changing some of those things. They tend to prefer odorless litter, and they enjoy the clumping kind. So just things to think about. And if you're really thinking that the cat litter may be causing a problem, I've seen a behaviorist recommend potentially setting up a little kitty litter smorgasbord and kind of watching to see which one your cat prefers so that you can make a better selection for them. If you have a male cat who is unneutered, you may see some going outside the box, and that actually looks a little bit different than a cat that's soiling on furniture. A cat that's marking territory is going to do it in a vertical space. So maybe on a table leg, maybe in a doorway, they're going to kind of back up to it, the tail will shake, and they're actually squirting urine on there to mark their territory. The best remedy for this is neutering, and you want to try to catch that around 6 months. That's an optimum time to neuter a male kitten so that we're not building in a habit. Older cats can certainly be neutered, and we do recommend that if you're having spraying issues. It frequently does help, but we may have to do some retraining in terms of the fact that they're now used to that behavior. If you have a cat that is soiling on furniture or in a corner somewhere, there are some things that you can do to make that either unacceptable or less appealing. You can cover it, you can move the object out of range of the cat. You can sometimes use double-sided tape. They don't like that on things, or aluminum foil. All things to discourage a cat away from a place that they may have been indiscriminately urinating on. And then, of course, we've already talked about what you can do to make the litter box more appealing so that you draw your cat in that direction. One really strong recommendation that I want to make is that you do not want to use negative reinforcement or punishment with your cat. Taking a cat, rubbing its nose in feces, yelling at it, these things are not likely to help with the problem that you're having. They are likely to create other problems in that your cat is then going to start to fear you. So what we want to do is catch the cat doing things properly, set up as good an environment as we possibly can, and then praise and potentially reward for that behavior. Pheromones, which is a chemical that is similar to some of the hormones that cats make, can be used really successfully to lessen stress in the area. And they're available both as atomizers and as sprays through pet stores. And the folks that work there can give you good advice on how to use those. So that might be one thing that you would really want to look into if you're having a problem. Occasionally, there are also medications that we can give for this type of behavioral issue. Once again, something to ask your veterinarian about. And if you still need some help, there are certified applied animal behaviorists, veterinarians who specialize in animal behavior, who can really offer some special help for you.